Get out of my way.
Loki just flipped the entire MCU on its head with some stellar writing from just the first episode. In just one episode, they managed to establish the tone and the entire direction for the rest of the season, and I love it. Not to mention the fact that the first episode of Loki is just a 40-minute long therapy session for Loki. As someone who has been to therapy here and there, it's definitely easy to establish the pattern, with Mobius constantly asking the same questions over and over again in order to keep Loki on topic, bringing Loki back through these traumatic moments in order to help clear his mind. Only difference here is not only is he looking at past events, but also events that have yet to happen. As a quick side note, I love how they try to hint at Loki being DB Cooper, which would perfectly explain how this man basically disappeared. And if you don't know who DB Cooper is, he's basically a dude in 1971 who hijacked an aircraft, collected a ransom of $200K, and then just disappeared. To this day, it remains the only unsolved case of air piracy, and they still have no idea who this dude is, so it's absolutely hilarious that they try to explain this by saying Loki was DB Cooper.
Can't believe you were DB Cooper. Come on.
Just the entire topic of this episode is absolutely amazing, but that isn't what we're here to talk about. We're here to talk about how Loki toppled the MCU. And when I say that, I don't mean that Loki is better than all of the movies combined or any of the other series or anything like that. Way too soon to say anything like that, especially since we only have one episode out right now anyways. Can I mention how these MCU shows have been absolutely amazing at using these already well-established characters and just going more in depth with them? It's really fantastic writing with WandaVision and Falcon. I can't wait to see more. Loki is just another example, and I need the rest of the season already. Anyways, back on topic again. So what I'm referencing when I say toppling the MCU, I mean how Loki topples the entire power scale, the threat level, whatever you want to call it, in just the first episode. So we know Loki is a god, and, we're conditioned to think gods are all powerful. And yeah, within the MCU, we've seen Loki defeated before, but he's still powerful, But on top of that, Loki has the Tesseract and Infinity Stone. Something we've been conditioned to see as all powerful. Something that can essentially only be defeated by itself. And all that we knew was just thrown out the window. So we start with Loki not being able to use his powers. Alright, Loki is tricky. Even without his powers, he'll be able to get out of this and get the Tesseract and everything will be okay. Even without powers, Loki is still a dangerous foe. He's called the God of Mischief for a reason. But then Loki finds the Tesseract, and that's where the tone for this entire series is established.
A lot of those. Yeah, some of the guys use them as paperweights.
They have a drawer full of Infinity Stones that in this place, they're just used as paperweights. They have no power here. The items that we have seen as the most powerful in the universe are now useless. And these are the same stones that with a snap, half of the universe was gone. What? So now the show opens it to allow for bigger threats. And that is how the first episode of Loki toppled the entire power scaling system, threat level system, whatever you want to call it, for the entire MCU in such a simple yet effective way as just saying, yeah, some guys use these as paperweights. And remember, if you enjoyed the video, don't forget to like and subscribe, and let me know in the comments what you're thinking of Loki so far with just the first episode.